Hi everybody. Well, we're heading on to the weekend, which is lovely, and I just wanted to reflect a little bit on some conversations that I've had recently about, why we do meditation, why we look into mindfulness and practice in mindfulness, and often the answers come back as, struggling, or people are having a hard time, or people are struggling with pain or emotional difficulties, so they seek out something to help them. But ultimately, as you discuss, what people are looking for is they're looking for some kind of contentment, some kind of happiness in their life. And I've had quite a few conversations recently about, how can mindfulness make you happy, you know um, especially when people are struggling with the practice and struggling with difficulty. And so I thought I want to read something to you today because I think it's a really helpful piece of information. It's from the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, which is a tradition I follow, but I think it's a universal kind of teaching, and so I'm sharing it with you today. Okay, and this is a teaching by Venerable Lama Gendon Rinpoche, who was a teacher in France. Okay. Happiness cannot be found through great effort and willpower, but is already present in open relaxation and letting go. Don't strain yourself. There's nothing to do or undo. Whatever momentarily arises in the body-mind has no real importance at all, has little reality whatsoever. Why identify with and become attached to it, passing judgment upon it and ourselves? Far better to simply let the entire game happen on its own, springing up and falling back like waves, without changing or manipulating anything, and notice how everything vanishes and reappears magically again and again, time without end. Only our searching for happiness prevents us from seeing it. It's like a vivid rainbow which you pursue without ever catching. Although peace and happiness do not exist as an actual thing or place, it's always available and accompanies you every instant. Don't believe in the reality of good and bad experiences. They are like today's ephemeral weather, like rainbows in the sky. Wanting to grasp the ungraspable, you exhaust yourself in pain. As soon as you open and relax this tight fist of grasping, infinite space is there, open, inviting, and comfortable. Make use of this spaciousness, this freedom and natural ease. Don't search any further. Don't go into the tangled jungle looking for the great awakened elephant who's already resting quietly at the front of your own hearth. Nothing to do or undo, nothing to force, nothing to want, and nothing missing. Emaho, wondrous. Everything happens by itself. So the mindfulness practice and the things that we're doing in these little sessions, these are all about how we let the entire game happen on its own. Just simply allowing things to happen. So we're not trying to attain happiness. We're not trying to get rid of difficulty. We're trying to understand the reality of things as they are in this natural state. Emaho, marvelous. Everything happens by itself. Okay, so just taking up your seat, feet flat on the ground, And just closing the eyes. And arriving in the body. Just being here, allowing as best you can things to happen by themselves. And just noticing. Your feet against the floor, your body in the chair. Holding your body in a dignified manner. Awake, aware, and alert. Taking a moment to notice what's going on for you right now. Gently reconnecting with things as they are. No need to change, interfere, become too involved with whatever's going on. Just notice it, acknowledge how things are for you. What's happening in the body? What's happening in my mind, Just checking in. And then gently just gathering the attention around the breath, deep down in the belly. Breathing normally and naturally. Just allowing your attention to rest with the sensations at the abdomen, the movement of the breath, rise and fall. Resting your attention with your old friend. Nowhere else to be. Nothing else you should be doing right now. Just resting with the breath. Without need or expectation. Bringing the mind back again and again. Back to the body, back to the breath. This breath in this moment. And gently expanding the awareness around the breath to take in the whole body. I'm just resting in this whole body awareness. Whole body breathing. Gently letting go of any striving, trying as best you can. And just relaxing the focus, relaxing the mind, and just rest in this state of non-striving, non-doing for just a moment or two. And gently moving the fingers and toes, the arms and legs. Just opening the eyes when you're ready. So I think after that practice, I think that's the main kind of thing that I wanted to talk about today was when you're doing the practice, if you find yourself tightening up, trying to meditate, trying to focus, trying to be mindful, just loosening that off a little bit, noticing those kind of habitual tendencies, and just loosening that off a little bit, remembering that with the practice we're non-doing, we're non-striving. So just relaxing back a little into your practice. And this is where this kind of more calm, open place lives, when we stop trying really hard to achieve something. So so I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely weekend without too much striving and too much doing, and a bit more being, and maybe a little bit of fun in the sun, unless it snows, of course, which is what's forecast bizarrely. But I'll be back on Monday at 12:30 and look forward to sharing some more practice with you guys on Monday. Take care. Bye bye.